Hey YouTube, I thought I'd just come on and share with you guys a recipe I'm doing. I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. So this is what I have done so far. As you guys can see, I already got my meatballs browning in the pan. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get these turned right now. As you can see, all I'm doing is just getting them brown. Then once I go and I cook my sauce, I'm going to put the meat inside the sauce and let it finish cooking. So here's what I have so far. I have ground beef and a small package of the ground pork. I mixed it together. And I put in some Italian seasoning. And I also put a little bit of salt. We didn't have no pepper, so I couldn't use that. I put a little bit of garlic powder. And this is my favorite. You can use it for anything. Like I said, chicken, like I said, chicken, pork, and fish. So I put just a little bit of this. It is the kicking chicken seasoning. So I put a little bit of that in there. And of course, you know, gotta have the breadcrumbs. So I put Italian style breadcrumbs, mix that together, well incorporated. And I just like, well, I don't know, maybe like medium-sized meatballs is what I made. And I just browned them up on each side. And then I'm going to finish cooking them in my sauce. So once I get the sauce together, pour the sauce in, I'm going to put the meatballs in the sauce and let them finish cooking. Now you see, when I walked away from the stove, it got too dark, so you don't want that. This color over here, these is what you want. This right here, you don't want that because it's almost burnt. And we don't want burnt meatballs. You're just kind of browning them off. Make it like a nice color. And then you're going to finish cooking them. So, here's the last one. Out of the pan. So I got a couple more, a lot more meat left to fold to make for meatballs. So I'm going to put you guys down so you guys can see. There is the pan right there. So there's the pan. So I just wanted to show you guys. See that? Probably like this size. I don't know. I think some of them are different size. But probably like this size is what I'm taking. And I'm putting it in the pan and browning on each side and I take it out. So I'm going to get, put 4 more in the pan, let it brown on each side, and I'll come back to you guys. So as you can see, I'm just rolling it, making it like a ball, and then putting it in there. I'm going to get ready to change my oil because my stuff is burning. So I'm going to wash up my hands and come back to you guys. Okay, now I'm finna change my oil real quick. So I'm going to turn my hot water on. Sorry about that, but I had to run away from the pot just a little. Because once you put a hot pot in this in the sink and rinse and try to put some water in it, so you can rinse it out and put fresh oil, that pot be hot and that oil pops. You don't need nothing popping on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this pot clean. As you can see, we don't want that because that's gonna cause our meatballs to be too dark. Like the other two that just came out, we don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead. like about these pans, they don't stick. You just wipe it out and it's good. Use a little soap, wipe it out, and use some more water to rinse it. And we're gonna get back to cooking. Just want to get some fresh oil. That's making my meatballs burn up. You don't want that. You want some hot. Now that we got that squared away, see it's clean. So well, just a little bit of the stuff because it got burnt. It's left on there. Okay, so I'm going to dry out the pan so when I put it on the stove it don't splash, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we in business, YouTube. We are in business. So now I'm starting again. See? A clean pan, just a little bit of drop of oil, not too much, a little bit, just to brown off the meat. Once I do that, I'm going to start on putting my noodles in the pot. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put my noodles in the pot to get it boiling, and then finish up these meatballs. There you go, see? I'm going to put enough oil, just a little bit to cover it. So now I'm going to go ahead and start rolling out some more meatballs. And let's get to it. So, about, as you can see, about this size is what I'm going for my meatballs. And as you can see, because I just put the pot back on it, even though I left the stove on, the pan is not hot. And I have to wait for the pan to get hot. So always wait for your pan to get hot, and then put your meatballs back on. Then start, cooking the rest of your meatball. Cause my pan is not hot, and that I don't. So what you can do in the process of you waiting for the pan to get hot, so you can cook the rest of the meatballs, just clean up your little area. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the stuff that I use. I don't really need it no more, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back. And look at that, cause I left the stove on, pan already done heated up, so I'm good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out some more meatballs, and we're going to get to it. And I try not to make them too big, because of course, you make them too big, they take longer to cook. And then plus, we're not cooking them all the way through. And when we put our sauce in the pan and heat the sauce up, we're going to let it cook for a little bit with the meatballs in it, so the meatballs can cook all the way through. So I'm not cooking them all the way through. I'm just browning them on each side. Doing side to side, top to bottom. So I'm just browning them up on each side, and then we get the sauce ready. We're gonna go ahead and put the meatballs in the sauce so they can cook some more. So about, I don't know if that's the same size, you can see. Might be a little dark. But this is about the size I'm doing. Try to do them too big. Like I say, you're doing too big, they take longer to cook. And then you got some of your meatballs that's, already cooked. And then some that's not, because they cook at 2 different times. So I try not to do it too big. And also, when you roll your meatballs, use the palm of your hand, roll your meatballs into a ball, and then put them in the pan. So you can see I'm rolling my meatball in the palm of my hand, making a ball, and it don't have to be perfect. Just rolling it, palm of my hand, got me a little ball. It's not even a perfect ball, but it's a ball. And I'm just going to put it in here. And once that side starts to brown, I flip them on the other side to let it finish browning. And this will probably be maybe probably my 3rd time making meatballs. I prefer to make my stuff at home. I prefer to buy the ingredients and make it myself. Except for the sauce, I didn't make that myself. And I really didn't have no time enough to just go and like buy a whole bunch of ingredients to make it. But next time I will do another video and make a homemade marinara sauce, a homemade spaghetti sauce, and I will show you guys. So I just went and brought some regular homemade. One of them is the traditional spaghetti sauce, and the other is Parmesan oregano. So see, just rolling up on my hand, got a little ball, put it in there. Now what I do, wash my hands, soap and water, so I can flip the other ones that was already in there to the next side to get washed. So first you want to rinse your hands off, get all the meat off your hands. Then use your soap to get your hands clean. And then you can start, going over there and turning your meat. And I would use the gloves, but that's just too much. I have to take the gloves off. Use my my tongs to go flip the meat, and then have to put the gloves right back on to roll them up. So just use your hands, just wash your hands. I want to keep washing my hands, I have to keep using gloves because that's a waste. So I just wash my hands good, rinse them off, get all the meat off, and then use soap to clean it. And you're good to go. And please make sure you dry your hands off. If you don't want to have your hands got water on it, you go over to flip your meat and some water drip out from your hand. So that will splatter up. So make sure you dry your hands. That happened to me quite a few times when I'm cooking, so please make sure dry your hands. And you want to hurry up and flip them because they don't take long to brown up, and you don't want them, too brown. See how I flip them. Let the other side brown up, and then you turn back on the other side. And you let it finish. And sometimes what you have, sometimes to me, but some of my meatballs I had to use the tongue to like stand it up. So on the sides they can get brown as well. So sometimes I have to do that. See, don't take long at all to brown. Give it a few minutes on each side, and then you turn it to the next side, and before you know it, your meat is all the way brown. Then I just leave it a few minutes, and I turn it the other side, let it get brown, and that's it. Now I'm going to flip it on the bottom. And see, sometimes you have to hold it up because of how you roll it, so it ain't really standing up. And you really don't have to leave it on each side that long because the pan is already hot. You just flip, leave it on there for like a few minutes, and then you're done. You can take it out. This one is giving me a little trouble not wanting to turn over so I can get the other side brown. So you make sure you have a good grip on it. That way you can get the other side brown because it's kind of difficult for me. See, this one is already done. Ain't trying to really cook it. I'm going to put the last one right here. Turn this one. Once that's done, then I can go ahead and roll out some more. And I'm all about halfway through using up my meat. I'm going to try to cook all my meat first and then do my noodles. Because once I put the noodles on, I can put it on high. The water is not going to take that long to boil up. And the noodles ain't going to take long to cook. So there we go. Now I'm going to roll up some more. And let's get this done. What I might just do, turn off the stove a little bit, set it to the side. Because I see it's starting to get too hot again where it's starting to brown. And I don't want my oil to brown up. So now I'm just rolling out some more meatballs. So just use the palm of your hand to roll it. Make it like a ball. It don't have to be perfect. I don't make perfect meatballs. However they come out, as far as the shape, that's how it comes out. So just use the palm of your hand and roll around to get you like a little ball or whatever shape we turn out to get. And then you just put it in there. And don't make it too big because then it takes longer to cook. So part about this is what I'm making. Something this, not too big. And this might even be a little too big. Let's see. Yeah, that might be a little bit too big, but you know, I'm already started cooking late, so I want to kind of hurry and cook my food. So if I do eat, I want to hurry and eat because I'm already a little late. And I ain't trying to wait so long. So just take a little bit of meat. And I kind of like squish it together just a little bit. Kind of like squish it together so when I roll it, don't fall apart. Then just roll it in the palm of my hand. Make a little ball and put it in there. And while I'm doing this, I took my pan off the stove. But I turned the stove off because I don't want to, you know, while I'm taking my time rolling this, I don't want my oil to burn and get black like it did. So, see, that's about a good size amount. I'm going to do about 2 more because I put 4 in at a time. See if I can get 2 more in there. And then wash up my hands. Put it back on the stove. Turn the stir back on. And it shouldn't take too long to heat up. I'm going to put sure the pan is still a little bit hot. So. Just roll it in the palm of my hand, making a little ball. And put in it. So I'm going to do 1 more. I didn't get it back on the stove. And then we are in business. Yep, I'm almost done with my meats. Using up my meat. So once I finish up rolling up the rest of the meat, I'm going to start my noodles. And then I'm going to just put the sauce on. Let the meatballs cook in that sauce so they can cook all the way through. And we in business. So now that I have 4 meatballs, rinse off my hand, then soap it up, rinse it off, put the pot back on, and we're going to get started. So kind of what you want to do is just rinse your hands off, all the meat off your hand, and then go in with soap. And please dry your hands, because if you got your pot still on, and you go over there to try to turn your meat, and a little bit of water drip off your hand, it's gonna splash. So I put it between I put my temperature on the numbers between 6 and 7. Now I'm gonna get this back on. Let it heat up, and it ain't gonna take long to heat. And I got I have about this much meat left. And it's only me I'm cooking for, but I like to do a little bit more so I can have leftovers. Not to worry about, you know, cooking for tomorrow. So which I normally have leftovers, I cook the rest of it for tomorrow. This is how much meat I have left. So once I get the other way ground up, I'm gonna do these, get these rolled up, and put them in the pan. So now we're just waiting here for this pan to heat back up a little. Well, actually, see it. Look at that. See the little bubbles? So it's not even taking long to heat up. Because I didn't have it off the fire that long, so I just don't want my oil to be black and then burn. And you can hear the little sizzling, so it's not taking long. So once this side starts to brown, I'm going to flip it over and let the other side brown. And we're going to get some fish. And then we're going to see what this finished product look like. So I'm going to go ahead and try to flip it. I'm going to see first because it just got hot. So I don't want it to be... So we're gonna see, because once the pan heat up, it don't take long for it to get hot. See? This is what you want. See there? It's a little golden. Probably go a little more for color. But see, that's what you're looking for. You get that color, then you can flip it over. Y'all excuse me for a minute when I take this call. Hello? Yeah.
We saw your video, your cooking video.
On where?
YouTube. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
That was today?
I'm doing it now, Taylor.
Oh. How mango?
Fine.
Have you feed her?
Yes. Alright, Taylor, I'll call you a little bit. Let me finish this so it don't burn.
Ruby said, have you been feeding her cat?
I told Taylor, yeah.
Have you given her water?
Yeah.
Brushing her teeth?
Huh?
Have you been brushing her teeth?
Brushing her teeth? No.
Let her finish her little video. Bye.
Alright, just had to go ahead and take that call. So now you see the pan already heated up even more. I'm just going to flip it over. See, just look at that. That's what you want for your meatballs. That's how they should look. And see, be careful because it splash up. I don't mind cooking, but I hate that right there. I hate when the oil splash. I just don't like it. And these smell so good. Like, all the seasoning I put in there, I can really smell it. Like this one don't want to stand up, so I use the tongs to hold it up. And then once that side brown, I just take the tongs and flip it over to the next side. See, now it'll stand up. Just like this, and got one last side of brown, but it don't want to stand up. So what I have to do is take the tongs without squeezing it, try to hold it up. And there we go. That could have cooked a little more on that side, but just to get a little more brown. But just leave it. Whew, I hate this oil popping up, but good Lord. Okay, see, that one is finished. Now we're gonna I gotta stand back from this. This is popping. I might want to turn it down just a little bit more. This is just popping, so I'll turn it down to 6. Ooh. Oh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, that is done. Now, like I say, I take the pan off the stove so my oil don't burn, and get my other meatballs folded, and then we're gonna get it going. I don't want to mix this last little bit because I can look at it and see that the meat is not mixed that well. So I'm going to mix the last little bit of it. And then we're going to be in business. So about this size you want to take and just roll it. Might be, look, but I think this is going to be too big. Just use the palm of your hand to roll it. I think that would be good. This is what you want. Now just have a little bit more meat left, and then we're gonna get to the noodles. This size amount, roll it into the palm of your hand, make a ball, and get it into the pan. And if you wanted to, you can start your noodles now while you're doing your meat. But because I have to, flip the meat over to get each side to brown, and then you have to wait for the noodles, wait for the water to boil, and then add the noodles. And I'm gonna have to wash my hands, so I want to do one at a time. So once I get the meat done, cook the noodles, and then because the pot I'm cooking my noodles in, I'm gonna use that for the salt, cause I already got a pot inside the sink that's already clean, and I don't want to get another pot out. So cook my noodles in that pot, rinse it out, put my sauce and my meat in there, and we in business. We done. So just use palm of your hand, like I say, roll it, and then get it in your pan. This will be the third meatball, so I'm going to put one more, make it 4, rinse my hands, put the pan back on the stove, and let it cook. This will be good enough. We're rolling, 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 rolling. So there we go. Wash my hands off, put the pan back on the stove, and then just got a few more pieces of like a little bit more meat left to roll, and then we done with the meat. And just drill my hands a quick dry, put the pan back on the stove, and then show you how much meat I got left to roll up. And it ain't even much meat left. Once I do the last little bit of meat, I'm gonna wash out my bowl real good, and probably I'm gonna use a little bleach and water so I can get it out, because that's meat I use in that bowl. So I wanna. So there you go. See, put it back on there. Let it heat up. Shouldn't take long. Hear me say we love it? Oh yeah. Hear me say we love it? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shake, shake, baby, I love you. Ooh. And as you can hear it, I just put it back on the stove, because I left the stove on this time. It ain't even taking that long to heat up. So I'll give it like a few more minutes, and I'm going to flip it. We're going to flip. We're going to flip these meatballs. Like I'm flipping my head. Flip my head. I flip my head back and forth. Ooh. be all right. Now I'm just gonna check it, see if they're ready. If they are. These babies are ready. These babies are ready. These babies are ready. They're ready. Hey, these babies are ready. Hey, hey. So you are tuned in to my very first cooking episode, which is Cooking with Victoria. So thank you for tuning in and continue to watch. We're making spaghetti and meatballs, and it's gonna be good. And you can give this video a thumbs up. You can like and subscribe to my channel, and there will be more cooking videos to come. And I think these might be, even though I don't eat it a lot, might be one of my favorite recipes. I love spaghetti and meatballs. Just meatball by themselves, I love meatballs. So. Oh, and when I make my next cooking video, I'm going to have to show you guys, what was it? I did some meatballs stuffed with gorgonzola cheese. It was so good. I made it, and we had like a little family gathering, and I brought some. So I wanted to try it out. And I kind of, it turned out pretty good. And mostly everybody, they said it tasted good. So I was like, okay. So that was my first meatball recipe. Tried it, liked it, was good. Made some, took it over to the family gathering. They liked it, it was good. Just kind of like need to tweak it a little bit because I think it was a little dry. But this time I think because I added breadcrumbs, I don't think I added no breadcrumbs, no eggs to the last one. That's why it didn't taste too, it was a little dry, but other than that, it tasted good. So I'm going to come back with that recipe, and I'm going to kind of, tweak it so it'll be even better and taste better. So stay tuned for that, and keep on watching. See, that one is already done. So just keep flipping it a little, leave it on there, maybe 5 minutes or so for each side. Shouldn't take that long. Once you see that it's browning, flip it over to the other side and it'll be done. This one right here is almost done. When they're finished, I'm going to show you how it looks. See, here it goes. It's already nice and brown. See that? So I gotta be careful, because that's when it's falling apart. You don't want it to fall apart. See, this one I gotta hold up because of how it came out as far as the shape. It's not standing up on its own. go. Now I'm gonna show you how much meat I have left to finish up. It ain't much. As you can see, I have this much meat left. So once I finish rolling this up, then I'll go and add it in there. So just stay tuned. So make this much, roll it up, put it in there. And then we got probably 2 more left to roll up. And then we're going to be ready. We're going to finish with the meatballs. So we get this cleaned up. Just get my other pan out. Fill up with some water, a little bit of salt, oil. So the noodles don't stick and get that cooking. Yep, so just be 2 I have there. So here's my second one that I have. And I got 1 more left, and then we in business. We're going to be finishing up the meatballs and get started on our noodles. So I'm going to go ahead and do the last one, and then I'm going to rinse out, clean this pot up, this bowl out that I have my meat in, and get some water in my other pot so I can start my noodles. Okay, you guys, this is the last meatball I'm rolling up for the night. This one here may be a little bigger than the ones that I made. But because I don't want to, waste any time, I'm just going to make that one big. So now I'm going to get everything cleaned up over here. And then we'll come back, we'll put on the pot for the noodles. So just watch the meatballs cooking. I'll be right back over there and we can start our noodles. And now I'm just turning them over, and then we should be finished. Now these are a little brown. That was too brown because I'm trying to fill up the pot with enough water. So I can go ahead and cook my noodles. Next time you already have your pot ready with the noodles, with the water in it for your noodles. These are my last 2 meatballs. Alright, so turn the stove off. Take this over to the sink and we're going to get cleaned up. So you want to turn your hot water on and just put your pan in there. So I'm just over here mixing out this bowl that I use, this pan I use, so I can get that put up, and then I gotta add some salt and a little bit of oil into my pot for my noodles. Then we can add the noodles in once the water comes to a boil. Now depending upon how much meatballs I have, I might use half of my noodles or all. Maybe all the noodles will be good for this. So it's quite a few meatballs. So maybe that one little box of noodles that I have, that I brought, that'll be good for this recipe. I'm gonna rinse this pan out, get my water, my salt and my oil in there, let it come to a boil, then add my noodles, and we'll be ready to go. There's a little warm or hot water I use to wash out my dishes, so especially because you're dealing with oil and you don't want your pan to be oily. So now with the salt, you use like a handful of salt, not too much, and pour it into your water, because that's where your noodles gonna get its flavor. It's from the salt. There's a few dashes of salt. That's enough because I don't want it too salty. So that much. And then once it come to, add my little oil. And once it come to a boil, then we be ready to cook. Ready to do our noodles. See? You can hear it already starting to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little oil. Little dashes of that. When that starts boiling up more, then you can add. So let me show you what I have. I have my meatballs right here. And then I have my water here with the salt, oil for my noodles. And this is what I have. So these are what I have. I have here, this is groceries, or grocers, traditional spaghetti. And then I have the classic. This is the same brand as the noodles. This is traditional. It says classic meat flavor pasta sauce. And I have the classic Parmesan Romano pasta sauce. So I use this, and it's a little bit of this, and for the sauce, and that'll be it. So I'm just gonna clean up and wipe the stove down in the counter because it's greasy, it's oily, and then we'll come back. So you can just watch the pot as it boils away while I clean up. So just watch that pot for me, and I'll be over here cleaning up. So I put a little soap already on here. Just wipe down the stove, of course, because it's oily. So the oil splashed up. Wipe the counter off too. Get that oil off of here. Move my plate back that has my meatballs on it, so I can clean up. And all this oil off of here. But it is very oily. I don't need nothing been oily but me. Put everything back where I got it from. Now let me show you the pot, what it's doing. So this is what it's doing, as you can see. The bubbles starting to come up. So when the bubbles come up a little bit more, then we will so we're going to let that go ahead and finish. And we can add our noodles in. And these are our lovely meatballs. They're going to finish cooking in our sauce. So I'm going to use the same pot. Once the noodles finish, put the noodles in something else. And put the sauce in here. Once I empty the water out, let the meatballs finish cooking in the sauce. And then we can, add the noodles in if we want. Or you can add the noodles in with the meatballs and the sauce and mix it. Or just take you some noodles out, put it on the plate, add a little sauce with meatballs. You can do that too, however you want to do it. Whatever floats your boat, that's how you can do it. Just so that I can have like one little dish to put up in the refrigerator. When my food cools down, if I have leftovers, I'm going to mix it all together. You can see the bubbles rapidly getting a little faster. So once more bubbles, like bigger bubbles, come up toward the top of the water, then I will add in the noodles. Do 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 do. Oh, another thing too, I'm going to rinse the tongues off because I'm going to use that for my noodles. Then when they won't, if they like get stuck or something, I use it so I can make sure they're not stuck together. Just hold them in. Hold what you got. Alright, now we're going to open this up. And these noodles might be more than enough. We finna see. This is like a really big pack of noodles. The ones I normally get, the box be a little smaller than this. I might not even need all of these. We'll see. Yeah, this is going to be more than enough. I'll probably use that much. I think I'm going to use that much. I'm not going to probably use, ooh, maybe even less than half is what I'm using because that's just way too much noodles for me. And then what I do, take my tongs, and as it starts to cook, I just kind of slightly push it down in the water because you don't want it, well for me, I don't want to break my noodles. I'm going to give it a stir. I might add just a little more oil too, just a little bit more. And then now, I'm going to turn that down. Find me a top. I think I have it. No, I might do because it's too right there. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to take it off the fire a little bit because it's too, it's bubbling up too much. I got the top on there halfway on, so it'll cook more. It won't take too long. But it's too much, and I don't want it to splash up and then this top fly off or something, you know. I think I'll turn it down to 7. Now what I do is cover this up. Just kind of cover it up a little bit. Just a little bit, cover it up. While we wait for this to finish cooking. Now we want to check it. I told you, this don't take long. And I probably can do, just by looking at it, yeah, it needs a lot more minutes to go. As you see, it's still a stick, so give it a few more minutes, then be ready. Alright, you guys, thank you YouTube for watching. The rest of it, you can, you already know what to do. Just get you another pot, or either the same pot, rinse it out. Put your sauce in here, let it heat up, and then just add your noodles. And back in there with your, actually no, first you add your sauce, then your meatballs, and let your meatballs finish cooking all the way through inside the sauce. And then just go ahead and add your, just go ahead and add the noodles in there if you want, or just put the noodles on the plate and then pour some sauce and meatballs on top. However you like to do, that's how you do it. So this was my recipe of spaghetti and meatballs. Next time I'll be sure to buy all the ingredients I need so I can make me some homemade spaghetti sauce. and show you guys how to make homemade spaghetti sauce, homemade meatballs, and store-bought spaghetti. So until next time, you have been cooking with Victoria, or as I like to call, as I've been called, Chef Victoria. So you have been cooking with Chef Victoria. Have a blessed night, and I will be sure to make more videos for you guys to show you what I love to cook and how I cook it with my own style and taste. So until next time, I see you. Bye bye. And thanks for watching. And please don't forget, like, subscribe, and share my video. Thank you.